Hey guys, Carlz0r here, and today we're going to be checking out Oblitus. This is an action-adventure, side-scrolling, kinda sorta procedurally generated game, and I say kinda sorta because if you've played something like Rogue Legacy or Spelunky, for instance, you go into like these interior areas, and it's like room by room or level by level, everything that you see is maybe like similar rooms to stuff that you've seen before, but they're all always arranged completely differently. It's always like completely random where you start, where the ending is, and stuff like that. And in this game, it's kind of like there's just these large handcrafted areas that are always kind of connected in different ways. And sometimes you might see an area that you didn't see the last time you played, and you go back and you'll pass through the same area again, but then when you get to where you were, it'll be a little bit different than it was last time, or a different area will connect to that area. If you want to see what I mean, just watch my video and then go to like Rockley Smiles channel or Northern Lions channel and watch their video of Oblitus, because I know that they've both already covered the game, and kind of compare and contrast how my runs end up looking different than their runs, or attempted runs rather. This is a hard game, so I'm not going to be like completing it, or the gameplay is like it is kind of difficult. So this voice speaks to you from the beyond and always tells you a different thing. Sometimes it says, "Find me deep within the caves." Sometimes it says, "The hanging furnace." Sometimes it says, "Under the trees." That's a little bit different every time, but that's really the only thing that the game tells you about what you're supposed to do. And that's okay. I like those games that have kind of ambiguous goals or whatever. You're never quite sure what you're looking for. You just know that you have to go out there and figure it out. Anyway, let's get to some of the mechanics here. So we have a jump, we have a roll, we have the ability to roll and then jump to do like a super long jump. We can, if I'm not careful, this guy's going to come over and attack me. Yep, let's go ahead and dispatch him with a melee attack. We can aim our melee attacks like that, and in a similar way, this is with the right analog stick, or I believe with the mouse on keyboard and mouse, you can aim and throw your spear. Now when you throw the spear, you don't have your spear for a few seconds. You can't even melee attack or anything. I just killed something that was off screen, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but I got an achievement for it. I just fired randomly. I didn't even know. Anyway, so, what was I in the middle of saying? So yeah, we also have a shield that we can raise up, and you can kind of move it around and defend yourself from different directions. And you'll also notice that my aiming reticle gets a little bit longer when I'm holding up the shield. There's without the shield, there's with the shield. It allows you to see a little bit more accurately where your spear is actually going to go. There's a lot of neat little things that you can do in this game too. Like if I were to jump through that fire, now my spear is a fire spear, and if I do melee attacks or ranged attacks with it, it's now flaming. It's going to do more damage. I don't have to jump through it though. If I want to just like aim through it, if there was an enemy on the other side of a fire, then I can hit them like a Ocarina of Time, Link firing arrows through torches to melt ice before he actually gets the fire arrows. So for some enemies, we're going to want to use ranged attacks for sure, because flying enemies and stuff, they're pretty hard to deal with. But something that I've noticed when I've been watching other people play is that they rely on the ranged attack a little bit too much, and I'm trying to get good at using the melee attack more often. Now this guy, he's a little bit scary, so I think I am going to at least range attack him a couple of times. Okay, I went ahead and killed him that way, but I will show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. If you are agile and quick with your fingers, you can melee people to death, and it seems like your melee attack kind of stuns guys. Oh, now, I've never seen this before. This green upward passage, this is kind of eerie. Anyway, if you're quick with your fingers, you can melee the crap out of people, and they won't even have a chance to attack you, because it's like your melee attack almost, like, stuns guys. And, using ranged all the time isn't completely necessary. Now, this area is kind of a pain in the butt, because I have seen this before, where there's this little plant over there, and he's spitting stuff at me, and it's kind of hard to get past it, without getting knocked off. We'll just absorb those attacks with our shield, and I handled that a lot better that time than I did the previous time I tried. So, anyway, remember our roll ability. you can kind of just roll around this guy and melee him from different angles, and I tend to find that that makes the game a little bit less, I guess, playing on the safe side, playing carefully, than using the range attack all the time, but it also makes the game a little bit more fun and less boring. I tried when I started playing, because I was scared too, just ranging everything, but I found that at least sometimes it's a good idea to just get up in their faces and stab them. Yeah. Jump over this guy, stab him in the head, roll away. Roll away before he can do anything about it. Stab him in the head. Oh, I missed. You gotta be quick with your fingers and your thumbs, because you have to aim to stab downward. I'm going to range this guy now, because he's like a bigger version of those other guys, and I'm having a little bit more difficulty actually hitting him. And he's doing quite a lot of damage to me. You can throw your sword from the air, too. You can do like these epic overhead leap, spear toss downward like I just did there. Oh, missed that time, but you see what I mean. The combat in this game can be as exciting or as careful and boring as you want it to be. It depends on your playstyle, and that's actually kind of a neat thing. Now, how do I feel about the game in general? It's alright. I'm not, like, super into it, but I am having fun. And, Oh, come on. No, 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 no. I am not going to accept your bullcrappery. Oh. Game just kind of like slowed down there for a second. I think it was trying to figure out if I was getting hit or not. Let's just get away from that spider. Jeez Louise. Oh, no. Oh. I can't seem to be, like, accurate enough to hit this guy. I'm so bad. I only played like a little bit before I started recording, because I had watched some videos, so I figured, you know, I know a little bit about the game. I can record, no problem. There are ways to restore health, and I'm going to look for one of them. There are also upgrades that you can find in this game, and I'm going to be looking for those too, but they can be kind of hard to find sometimes. Sometimes they're just sitting right out in the open, and then someti's it's just like, where's all the upgrades? Oh man, I'm on like my last hit now. My health bar is that thing up in the corner, and it might as well, oh gosh, it might as well not even be there. I like how he's kind of running on these chains. I don't think I can really interact with the chains, but I like that he can. Yeah, that's like just for him. And that's kind of cool that the enemies can like take advantage of stuff like that in the landscape. Ah, okay, so I died. Let's try going the other way. Or should we go the same way if it's laid out differently? Oh, I didn't even read what it said. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna get there anyway. There are bosses in this game. I've gotten to one once, and he kicked my butt because I was bad. I won't even lie. They're pretty simple, really. They just have like these patterns that you have to learn and follow, and then there's like a weak point that you have to hit, usually with a ranged attack or something. Let me concentrate and take that guy out. There we go. So far, this direction is looking very similar to when I was watching people play this. But it looks different from how it did the last time I went this way, I think. Well, no, it's kind of the same. It's like procedurally generated enough to make it like, oh, I haven't been here before, but not like I said, not quite the same as like other... Sorry, I'm distracted right now. You can melee those guys too, but it's dangerous and risky, and I don't like to do it. Those plant guys. This stuff right here, we got to talk about this. It's water. All it really does is, like, flow. There's lava, too, and it looks the same, except it's, like, red and orange. This is ugly. I'm sorry. I mean, the rest of the game's art style is pretty cool looking. I honestly really like the way it looks. It has character. It has, you know, it has style. But that water is just... I mean, it clashes with everything else. Look at that. Gross. Anyway, let's get away from the water. The rest of the game looks good, I gotta say. But that water, can't stand it. Can't stand it one bit. It's just ugly. It's like they were going for kind of a physics, Borderlands style, or Borderlands 2, I guess, style goo stuff. And it just doesn't really work the way they did it here in this 2D engine. It kind of melds and blobs around in weird sort of ways, and it just looks completely unnatural. Yeah. Really, really low on health. Like, really, really. Maybe I'll find one of the things that I can use to restore my health. If I'm lucky. This game does have a weird tendency to not really... Oh, this is where the boss is. Well, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna show him to you. This is the boss that I fought earlier. So he throws, like, the lava ball stuff, then he does a slam, and then he raises those from the ground. And so... Oh, except sometimes he does it in, like, a completely different order. But he kind of has just those 3 attacks. And if you can kind of learn which move he's going to do at which time, then, of course, you can learn how to dodge it and probably beat him without taking any hits at all. Unfortunately, I need a little bit of practice. But now you've seen Oblitus, you know what it's like. You can watch other videos if you want to see what the procedural generation is like and stuff like that. In the meantime, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know, tell me what you thought in the comments below or whatever. Thanks for watching. See you next time.